Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 2022 United States Senate elections. As we're just roughly a month away from these elections, I feel it's very important to look at these. I want to also start this video off by saying I apologize for not posting over the past month. I've been very busy trying to do a multitude of things and working on a multitude of things, but we're back and we're going to be talking about the United States Senate elections, some gubernatorial elections in the coming days as we lead up into the next month for Election Day. We're going to be looking at some of these races and things that have happened over the last specifically 24 hours in Georgia as well. We're going to talk about that. So let's start today's video by characterizing races that I think are going to be pretty solid for the Democrats. Most people would say that these races are going to be characterized for the Democrats, and we could overall agree that a majority of these races are going to go to the Democratic Party. But next, we're also going to talk about Republican races that are going to go to the Republicans most likely on pretty large numbers of scales. So at this point, we're looking at races that specifically are going to go to the Republicans and Democrats pretty evenly. So right now, both parties are at 45 Senate seats, and I know there's seats up here that are like Colorado and maybe North Carolina, Ohio that are going to go a certain way, and we already know that, but maybe not on that safe margin scale. So let's start by the state of Colorado. If we look, Senator Bennett is doing pretty well in the state of Colorado, 92% chance of winning based on 538's forecast, and he's roughly going to win by, it looks, about 9% if this is right. PredictIt also predicts 88 cents that Bennett does win, and with that, we're going to give that to him on a likely Democratic scale. So again, I want to remind you, likely is anywhere from 5 to 15 percentage points, and I think he will win that by that margin. The next state, though, that we're going to talk about is the state of Ohio. If we look at Ohio, we see that overall J.D. Vance is polling better than maybe expected at first. Even PredictIt also rates this 77 cents to J.D. Vance. So overall, J.D. Vance will win. The forecasted vote share does say that he will win by a smaller margin, but I still think he will win in that likely Republican scale. The next state that we'll talk about is the state of North Carolina. Looking at North Carolina, we can see that Ted Budd is doing traditionally well, 68% chance of winning overall in the forecasted vote share, winning by about 3 percentage points. Overall, I could argue that will be the case, but I think it will be more of a likely scale. I think he'll win it over 5 percentage points. The next state, though, that we're going to talk about is the state of New Hampshire, one that at first was looked at as a potential flip for the Republican Party, not now, as we see Maggie Hassan, Senator Hassan, is doing traditionally well in the state of New Hampshire, and overall predicted that she will win, and I'm going to say she'll win on pretty much a likely Democratic scale in the state of New Hampshire. The next state that we'll talk about is the state of Florida. An important race here, Marco Rubio, 85% chance of winning by almost 7 percentage points. PredictIt also rates this 89 cents to Marco Rubio. Likely scale for Marco Rubio, I don't think he'll win it by 15 percentage points, but I do think he'll win it by a pretty solid victory in a likely scale for that race. Now we've boiled it down to really our top 5 races that we're paying attention to going into 2022 and to the midterms into November. The first state that we're going to talk about is the state of Wisconsin. A couple of weeks ago, it was predicted that Mandela Barnes was polling better than expected. I'd never really believed that, to be honest, and we're seeing that play out, that was not true now, as Ron Johnson is at a 66% chance of winning, forecasted vote share, roughly 3 or 4 percentage points in that scale. I would say that Ron Johnson will win this probably more by a lean Republican scale, but I do think it will still go to Ron Johnson. The next state that we're going to talk about is the state of Arizona. Looking at Arizona, Mark Kelly is expected to win, 83% chance of winning, and even predicted that he's going to win by over 5 percentage points. I don't believe that, but 69 cents in predicted markets. So overall, he probably will win. I think it will be more of a, a lean Democratic. I'm sorry about that. A lean Democratic race in the state of Arizona. And I think if we see some states go a certain way, such as Nevada or Georgia, towards the Republican Party, we could see this narrow up. And I mean, I'm not going to completely characterize Blake Masters out of this race, but overall, Mark Kelly does have a pretty good shot at winning this race so far. The next state that I'm going to talk about is the state of Pennsylvania. Looking at Pennsylvania, 72% chance of winning for John Fetterman, roughly a 3% difference between the two. This race has narrowed up quite a bit within the past few days. Really, this race has started to narrow up. I do believe that John Fetterman will win this race, and I believe it will probably be more of a lean Democratic race, but again, they're going to debate at the end of October. Depending on how well Oz does in that, he could start to poll better. And at the end of the month, going into November, he could be on track to win the race. But at this point, Fetterman does have the overall better chance in this race. The next state that we're going to talk about is the state of Nevada. If we look, predicted markets bet that 57 cents towards Adam Laxalt, who is the former, not lieutenant governor, I'm sorry about that, former attorney general of the state of Nevada, and I do believe that he will win this race. Even FiveThirtyEight rates this as more of a chance of Catherine Cortez Masto winning, but I do believe Adam Laxalt will end up pulling this off in a victory. I think it will be very close. I think it is fair to say that he wins it by that tilt Republican margin, but I do believe that he will win it. Beforehand, I did not have this race as a Republican win, and this is the first time that I have. But overall, recent thoughts have pointed towards a Republican win in the state of Nevada. So Adam Laxalt likely to defeat Catherine Cortez Masto, in my opinion. The next state is Georgia. If you've been paying attention in the past, 24, 48 hours, from the time that I'm filming this video at least, a lot of stuff has came out with Herschel Walker. And this isn't the first time that this has happened, but overall hurts the Republicans in a chance of victory. As they were starting to near towards a path of victory with winning Georgia and Nevada, something happens with Herschel Walker. And honestly, I can't sit here and tell you that I believe Herschel Walker will win, because that would be a lie. Quite honestly, I think that Raphael Warnock will win this race, probably on a lean Democratic scale. I'm not going to say tilt Democratic. I don't believe that he'll win it that small of a margin. I think it will be over a percentage point, but I do believe that he will win it. It could be a runoff. I don't know, but at this point, all signs point towards that happening. Overall, we see allegations coming out against Herschel Walker, and overall, we just can't sit here and bet that he's going to win the race. Overall, we still have time to go through a month, but overall, right now, the Democrats are going to keep their majority, in my opinion, 50-50 in the United States Senate. So again, I appreciate you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for other videos. Let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see more 2024 content, or as we lead up to these midterms, would you like to see more 2022 content? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to post videos that you all want to see. I'm planning on getting back to a normal schedule, hopefully, as long as everything works out. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.